I see a lot of people have been booking appointments with us because they say my thermostat's not working and the heat's not coming on. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? Is there anything that somebody could check on their own before they need to book an appointment, especially if they think, oh, my thermostat is not functioning?
Yeah, common feedback is, it's like, well, I thought I had a bad thermostat. So I went to the store and I got a new one. And now sometimes they actually made a second problem. You know, because they put a thermostat on and maybe they didn't hook it up correctly. And now you've made it significantly more difficult to troubleshoot. I would say that if you feel like the heat's not working, obviously the first place to go is to the thermostat. Not so much to turn it off and back on and try to cycle things. If anything, just to kind of look to see where's it set? What's the set point? What is it in the home? And a lot of times, most of those thermostats either have like a little flame logo on them telling them that the thermostat should be telling the heat to come on right now. Some of them even have the word heating on it, saying that the thermostat is actually calling for heat. Other times, what I always recommend is that after you notice that something isn't right, go to a vent. Go to a vent in the home, a supply vent, and see, is there air coming out? And if there is air coming out, is it warm or does it feel cool? I think that's always good input. Even if you do have to call a service technician out, that's really, really valuable information that the service technician would like to know is the blower on? Is it blowing air through the vents? And if so, did it feel warm? Did it feel cool? If there's not air blowing out of the vents, it never hurts to just make a trip down to the furnace and try to listen. Is it making any noises at all? Is it doing anything, or is it just quiet? If it's quiet, I would say, double check that the set point on the thermostat's higher. A lot of times these thermostats have batteries in them. Sometimes that can cause a silly problem. A lot of times I see homeowners think that, it must be the batteries in the thermostat. So they change the batteries in the thermostat. But what that did is it kind of just reset things, because you took the thermostat off the wall, put the batteries in, put it back on, it started working, and you think like, oh, that was my problem. Actually, it wasn't your problem. You just reset it, and all of a sudden it started working again, but it's going to happen again. And then sometimes thermostats will tell you a battery indicator telling you that the batteries are low in the thermostat. And if you see that, well then, take the thermostat off the wall and change the batteries. One recommendation on batteries, don't use cheap batteries. I strongly recommend using name brand, reliable batteries. I've seen people use some really cheap, you can even tell they're like lighter, physically lighter. And those will actually leak like battery acid out, and they'll get into the thermostat and destroy it. And I've seen that several times. And it's always the really cheap batteries that will do that.
Good to know. Okay. All right. Thanks, Matt.
Yep.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
See ya.